cherry picker, and they harvested the tangerine. But that tree in 1986, we had 0 degrees here in South Carolina, in this part of the world. And that tree died back, looked like a lightning strike almost. It split the bark, it died all way back. But then when the spring came, it came out and started growing again, and that tree has been producing fruit continuously, I would say since around 1990 maybe. So, and they're very, very good tangerines. So.
Has it got any tree cover over the top?
There's probably some pine trees around there. I don't know whether it gets covered completely or not, but we've had some cold weather since 1986 when we had that 0. Now not that cold, but we've had some cold nights. And even late spring frost and stuff don't seem to affect the Juanita tree so much. It makes a good crop of fruit. But that's Juanita there with her grandchildren. Okay, next one, Ned. That's a picture of a Tai Chang lemon that I got from Chris and Hudson down in Montezuma, Georgia. We named it because I think the 2 parents are Taiwanica and Ichang lemon, so it's got a nice little lemonade flavor to it. So that's one that I enjoy. And then there's a Meyer lemon behind that. That's there on the farm. I keep those in pots. All right, is that okay? There's one in Dillon, South Carolina that I sold the guys. You can see he's got a good crop of fruit there. And Dillon is probably a good 60 miles north of me on the edge of North Carolina. So, and by the way, we have the premier North Carolina citrus grower with us today, Keith Andrews from Cary, North Carolina. Yeah, Keith, raise your hand there. Any of you folks from North Carolina want to know how to grow citrus, this is the man to talk with right over there. Because he's probably the most successful citrus grower up in central North Carolina that I know of. All right? And that's the end of my slideshow. And somebody, how am I doing for time? What time is it, Ned? I'm supposed to hush at 10:30, and I'm just getting going good. I'm like the Baptist preacher. I'm just getting started.
5 more minutes.
5 more minutes? Say what?
Stan McKenzie can talk for 5 minutes, I guarantee.
Yeah. All right. I was going to do a little demo here today on some cold protection. What some people do. This particular trick that I'm fixing to show you here, Gary Curry down in Beaufort, South Carolina, does this one. He goes around to the bargain basement stores and buys up candles, such as this nice specimen right here. He lights the candles on the real cold nights and puts them around the base of his tree, like so. Well, it won't stand up, but you get the idea, right? And this is an antique Folgers coffee can, but you can get a string bean can or go to the schools where they serve children or restaurants or whatever. He punches holes in the top of this, makes a few holes around the bottom where air can get in, puts that down over his candles there, and on the real cold nights just lets that, we don't want to start a fire in your mulch bed or something other, that would be disastrous, but that's what he does there in Beaufort. What I do in Lake City, I got a little more Walmart special, $29.99. It's called an electric space heater. Some people use them in bathrooms and so forth. It's kind of chilly. I've got a big satsuma tree at my carport. And if they're calling for down in the teens or anything, I just run a drop cord, plug my little heater up right at the base of my tree and let the heat rise all night long, and usually it's still alive and well, so evidently what I'm doing is working, right? Another trick, I had a gentleman from Lexington, South Carolina, which is up near Columbia. He bought a citrus tree from me, and he said he goes to Lowe's. Now I'm sure his tree's up much bigger than mine. But he goes to Lowe's or Home Depot or somewhere like that and gets a big refrigerator or stove pasteboard box. And his tree is planted up against the south-facing wall, which would be this wall right here. It's facing south. Puts his tree up near the house, goes and gets a big pasteboard box, and just cuts the back and the bottom out, and you get the gist of this, right? You just cover it with a pasteboard box. And if it's going to be real cold, low teens or whatever, you might want to put a light bulb in there. You can put Christmas lights on them, cover it with Christmas lights, and put your box over it. I don't recommend throwing clear plastic over a citrus tree. Seems like to me that does more damage than anything else. So I don't recommend doing that. The baseboard box, burlap, some kind of thick material. Ben Sally from, and Ben's supposed to be here today, and I hadn't seen him, I hadn't recognized him. He's here? Okay. From Columbia, South Carolina, got thick frost blankets. They're probably an inch thick, half-inch thick. Grows some of the most beautiful grocery store quality lemons in Columbia, South Carolina. And the day that we had 14 degrees, I visited with Ben, and he had these huge quilt things all over his lemons and his blood oranges and stuff, and had these little space heaters run up under every one of them. But he parted the covers and picked me one of the most beautiful lemons I've ever seen in my life. So, you know, if you've got the desire and the want to, it can be done. You can grow citrus right on up. You know, probably not in Minnesota. I would recommend this little talk that I've given today, but anywhere in South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, you can do it.
You can do it in Virginia Beach too.
Virginia Beach, yeah. We had the Citrus Expo in Virginia Beach a few years back.
At Pungo too.
Yeah, at Pungo, and toured some of the places up there that's growing citrus and saw some beautiful citrus trees.
What are these frost blankets you're talking about?
It's called frost blankets, and I don't know where Ben, if Ben's here today, and you can run up on him. We've got Ben Sally wrote, yeah, he's here. Yeah, he can tell you where he gets his. I think he takes maybe clothespins and pulls them together and just covers the tree and puts a little electric heater under it.
You can order them online, Stan.
You can order those frost blankets online. There it says there's a place called A.M. Leonard Company. It's amleo.com on the internet. They've got anything from soup to hay.
But if you have the